Be in front of change with KPMG in Singapore, only on Money FM 89.3.
Thanks for joining us on Money FM 89.3. Welcome to Be in Front, a special podcast series in partnership with KPMG in Singapore. In a world of rapid change and rising expectations, how can businesses stay ahead and lead with purpose? Through this 5-part series, we unpack the values and strategies that keep organizations not just prepared, but to be in front. We explore how KPMG in Singapore is helping to shape a future-ready ecosystem, from nurturing global talent to building trust, accelerating innovation, and delivering impact that goes beyond the bottom line. This week, we explore the value of innovation, how leaders are reimagining business models, embracing bold ideas, and building solutions that make a lasting impact. And joining us to tell us all about it is Talal Ikhwan, Director of Corporate Transformation at KPMG in Singapore. Talal's own journey from pharmacist to innovation leader is anything but conventional, and today he leads a team at the cutting edge of technology, design, and strategy, helping clients fast-track the future. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you, Audrey.
Thank you for coming. And, we want to start with your personal journey. Your career path from pharmacy to digital innovation is such an interesting one. So how did your journey shape the way you think about innovation and solving problems today?
Indeed, it sounds very unusual, moving from pharmacy to consulting and now building AI systems. But looking back, I think listening and advising and delivering value has been the constant. The part I enjoy most now is that while medicine might take years before it reaches its patients, innovation and AI can take days or weeks.
Yeah. So let's try to define innovation here. So in your view, what does innovation really mean, in business today? And how is it different from just adopting the latest technology trend?
In very short terms, innovation for me means solving real-world problems and amplifying what human can achieve. That's at its core. In the context of enterprise or organizations, we try to make things that are complex or complicated far more simple and fast. Thinking about compliance and risk, for example, how can we make it more conversational, more embedded in our day-to-day work? How can we use AI to connect departments who are in silos? That's, for me, innovation that can deliver true impact for our work. Ultimately, at the end of the day, we are trying to think bold and ask ourselves, can we achieve what we are achieving in a 3 days work week instead of 5 days work week? So having a clear focus on ROI with innovation is critical.
Talal, you are also someone who advises senior executives on enterprise AI. So could you share some of the big shifts that you've seen in the way businesses and companies approach digital transformation today? Where does Singapore sit as well in this global landscape?
It's quite fascinating to see how fast moving we are. A few years back, clients are coming to ask about piloting AI in their organizations. Today, the conversations have shifted very quickly into how we can embed AI in our organizations and reorganize ourselves around AI. It's moving fast, and I think Singapore is a great place to be. Singapore, I can call it home now for past 10 years, has always impressed me in building that innovation ecosystem that embrace new technology and provide the industry with all the tools and frameworks you need to test and scale responsibly. We do work in Singapore and outside, and it is a brand we carry, and we see the value of it overseas as well. So fantastic place to be for AI and innovation.
Uncover opportunities, harness innovation, and transform your business to thrive in a world of constant change. Visit kpmg.com.sg.
Okay, so you mentioned experimenting, you mentioned embedding, but now let's talk about reinvention. So you've mentioned that reinvention needs to take place every year. So what does this look like? How do you balance the freedom to experiment and also deliver results to your clients?
Reinvention means continuously uncovering the unknown. We are being expected to do that. Our clients want to work with us to de-risk their investments in new technologies. To do that, the team is being tasked to upskill and reskill every day. Especially now with the fast-moving AI technologies, we cannot allow ourselves to fall behind or build systems that by the time they are launched are being perceived as outdated. To do that, we try to build 2 work streams. The one is more focused on short-term quality work, and other work stream that's more fast, agile R&D that can focus on discovering unknowns and distilling what work and scale what works.
And you wear so many hats, Talal. You are the Director of Corporate Transformation, but you're also head of the KPMG Digital Village. So tell us more about this Digital Village. You know, it's been described as having the energy of a startup, but with the precision of a consultancy. So walk us through how this works in practice.
Digital Village is a very unique platform in KPMG. The need for innovation executions capabilities has always been there. But to achieve that, we had to bring in a mix of people who bring in the startup passion and can-do attitude together with the consultancy precision. So we have a team of designers, engineers, human-centered thinkers who come together and work with the clients to first reimagine what can be done to address a certain problem. And then very quickly we move from an idea on white paper into an execution, engineering capabilities. All at once, client really values seeing the impact very quickly and moving fast with them together.
Yeah, so you talked about collaboration within the team, which sounds great, but let's talk about collaboration with clients. Now, that seems to be a very important step for KPMG when it comes to innovation. You actively try to embed your clients into the process. So how does this co-creation change the outcome, you know, as compared to a more traditional consultancy model?
Co-creation is core to our business delivery model. The moment we start working on any projects, we embed ourselves with the client's team. That sense of co-ownerships of these products and projects, it's what set them for success and for adoption. Especially when you are designing systems that will have a direct impact on day-to-day, it's very critical that you design with the users directly. An example, when you are building systems with risk and compliance, the users do value far more accuracy rather than speed. But when you work with the business, they might value far more the retrieval or the research capability more than the accuracy. So embedding these nuances and what clients value most is critical to make intuitive systems. Hence, co-creation is critical.
All right, Talal, well, it all sounds great, but you have another hat that you wear, which is an AI advisor to large banks and someone who has deployed AI solutions at production level. What advice would you give leaders, you know, looking to adopt AI responsibly today?
3 things I would give away. Think bold, use your data as an asset, and test and build responsibly. Reinventing the way how we think about work and value creation is probably one of the biggest challenges we are facing today, but it's also a great opportunities. We have been there on that journey, and we are more than happy to work with leaders to unlock that new value.
Wonderful. Well, it's clear that innovation isn't just about technology. It's about rethinking how we work. It's about how we collaborate and how we reinvent ourselves to stay ahead. Talal, it was great having you in the studio today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much, Audrey. Pleasure meeting you.
Thank you. That was Talal Ikhwan, Director of Corporate Transformation at KPMG in Singapore. Staying ahead means seeing beyond today. Be ready for what's next and be in front of change with KPMG in Singapore on Money FM 89.3.
Be in front of change with KPMG in Singapore, only on Money FM 89.3.